I yield back.
Dr. McCormick is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the witnesses. I wish I had time to talk to you all day because this is fascinating. You're all obviously experts. Unfortunately, we get about time enough for about 2 questions. That's about it, so I'll go with the most pertinent that you guys actually brought up in your opening statements I thought was really interesting. Mr. Kitchen, you just discussed limiting Chinese access to our information, which totally makes sense. We see how they can develop very rapidly when they literally take our information and apply it. My concern is we have an enormous amount of foreign students at our universities right now in some of the leading technology areas, including AI development. Georgia Tech's right in my backyard. I went to Georgia Tech, did my pre-med there. And we're literally educating them and sending them right back there. That is access to leading technology in America. Is that what you're discussing when you talk about access, or are you talking about in the industry itself, or the stuff that's out on the internet, or is it everything?
Thank you, Congressman. It's an important question. Certainly, there's undeniable a level of risk associated with foreign and particularly Chinese student presence in the United States. However, the research that I have seen by organizations like Georgetown Center for Security and Emerging Technology actually demonstrates that the vast majority of foreign research students, even Chinese students, actually stay in the United States or more broadly in the West for the course of their career and amplify our capability. What I'm most concerned about, however, when I talk about Chinese access to data, again, not dismissing an inherent built-in threat there, is frankly their acquisition through purchase of American data, through large data stores, but then also things that we've all been talking about and staring at in the face for multiple years now, things like Chinese owned and operated social media companies like TikTok, where every bit and byte of data that's generated via these applications on Americans' phones is by law made accessible to the Chinese Communist Party. And so while Chinese students and other foreign students may have some type of risk, it pales, in my view, in comparison to the type of money or the type of data that we're just kind of giving away.
I appreciate that, and I could totally understand where that's coming from. My other concern, though, when in regards to that, and that's just a quick comment, is that the Chinese government's not stupid, and they obviously don't really care about their people more than they do about their government. So when they allow people to come here for education or jobs, I think it's with nefarious intent, and that's my worry. I'm not saying we don't need to educate people from other foreign lands, but I'm worried about it, and I'm worried about anybody who's pushing their people over here knowing they're not coming back for a reason. With that said, also, Mr. Wang, you made an interesting statement about investing in AI and how China's got 3 times more investment in their AI. Of course, the one thing we do have a huge advantage is we have a lot of private people that are investing in AI now, and China doesn't have that. They don't have the capacity to outperform our private industry because they don't have a private industry. How do we compare when we combine our synergistic efforts between government and private industry with China as far as, and you mentioned, Mr. Kitchen, in that effect that we allow this freedom of flow and it's not controlled, so it does have the potential to outpace as long as we put the right guardrails on it when we're talking about our competition with China?
Certainly, if you factor in the amount of private sector investment into AI in the United States, that is an incredible sum. You know, large technology companies, the venture capital industry, and now the sort of global enterprise is investing billions and billions of dollars into AI. And so if you tally all that up, it's an incredible investment into artificial intelligence in the United States. That being said, I don't think we should rest easy on that because military implementations of AI are going to be incredibly important. We need to ensure that in this next phase that the U.S. is both economically dominant, but also has military leadership as well when it comes to artificial intelligence. And so, you know, we need to consider what the overall investment into military implementations looks like, and that's where there's a large disparity. That's where China is investing 3x more, and if you compare as a percentage of their overall military investment, the PLA is spending somewhere between 1% to 2% of their overall budget into artificial intelligence, whereas the DoD is spending somewhere between 0.1% and 0.2% of our budget into AI.
That's a good point, and it is interesting to watch these private industries now in the United States pairing with the DoD to develop a lot of this stuff, which is very cool, including yourself. I will say, since I'm out of time, is just that we shouldn't sleep on Iran and Russia, who obviously want to be players. They've used technology in the past to disrupt other countries, and they, of course, love misinformation. So this is something we need to be aware of. So thank you. With that, I yield.